Hello. Sorry. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday? It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Driving again today. Didn't quite get to Colorado. Is it Colorado by the end of the week? That was the plan, right? Or was it potentially Colorado? It wasn't Colorado last night, was it? But hello. I hope you're doing well. Driving safely and all of that good stuff. We have emails. What is this going on? I am live. Well done, phone. Thank you. What is... Oh, we got the sliver of some grey hair. Or is that light on it? I can't quite tell. Anyway, whatever. We got Blood Angel Terminator paint today. Still working on this chat. So we will flip over to that very shortly. I was pondering actually painting it last night, but I thought, you know what? If we can do it all on stream, in 2 streams, give or take, I'll be happy. So we're just going to power on straight away. I think. Yeah. I know I'm missing a few paints. No, not yet. I think we'll be okay to change straight over to here. As you can see, it's looking very luminous under this light. Slightly less. It's quite a luminous. It's quite powerful. Don't forget to use your channel points on Twitch, all that kind of good stuff. Even though an advert is playing. You are in Colorado. About 5 more hours today to another part of Colorado. Be there for about 4 days. Then to Moab, the mother of all bombs. Is that correct? Utah. Sorry, I don't even know where did I hear that first? Was that in... Did they mention that in Outbreak? When they... in that film. In the 90s film with Cuba Gooding and Donald Sutherland and Samuel L. Jackson. No, hold on. Samuel L. Jackson, who was I thinking of? Samuel L. Jackson, Dustin Hoffman, and Rene Russo? Question mark? Hold on. I need to check. Oh, you know what? I think Samuel L. Jackson might have been in it. No? Who is in this film? Anyway, a bunch of people were in the film. And they drop off a big explosive device from it, which was interesting. Okay, so we have the Discord is open in the right page. Massive ordnance air blast. Oh no. I've been conned. I always thought it was mother of all bombs. And they had to make some sort of proper... Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I have heard of... Was there... Is there a more famous thing where they had to sort of like rename it to something sensible? Massive Ordnance Air Blast. Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking of that one. Yeah. I'm glad it's... Well, I'm glad it's a real thing. And I'm not hallucinating. But we had... Yeah, so we got this miniature to paint. So that's what we're going to be painting today. I hope. So you're going to be there for... Spend the weekend... spend the week... Oh, God. I think I almost... So you'll be back on the road again in what, Sunday or Monday to Utah? Is that the plan? Ish. Oof. Where's the lid? There's the lid. Okay. We have water in the wet palette. I'm of the opinion they come up with names, turn it into an acronym, and then decide what it stands for as the norm. Well, you got it. It sounds cool. You got to advertise it to the money people. Because there does seem to be an awful amount of, like a lot of acronyms which are easy to say conveniently. That's what I reckon. I think I might be agreeing with you there. Are you riding there for a week? Nice. Nice. Well, I hope I have no idea about the weather in Utah. Hopefully it's going to be good. Like we're in April. What's April? What's the weather like in April in Utah? Military loves its acronyms, yeah. Well, the thing, yeah. Because you have all your sort of like your ridiculous, you have your brand, your manufacturer, and then you have the model number, and then the specific like family of thing it lives within, and then so you end up with a massive word or something to describe one thing. And having an acronym does make things a lot easier. Should be 70s and dry. Perfect. Spot on. I reckon that is about ideal. As I've said many times, I don't really cope well with hot weather. It doesn't do me any favors. I like sort of early 20s, late teens. That's when it comes to weather. When it comes to weather, just it's not taken out of context. So the plan is for this is we did do a little bit of orange highlighting around some of the edges. What we need to do now is we need to do some fine lining. We need to do some, like, this is not perfectly smooth. It's just going to be functional and hopefully okay. But we need to do the panel lining such as it is with Word Bearer's Red. I was pondering maybe gloss varnishing it and then panel lining it. That might be a way to do it. I mean, that is certainly a way I would do it with oils and things like that. But I think we might be able to risk it with just a thin down paint and just run it into all the bits and pieces. Matte varnish, I mean, gloss varnish would certainly make things a little bit easier though. So maybe we should do that almost. Just a quick blitz of it. Maybe a quick blitz of gloss varnish, and then we can just run it everywhere. I worry about panel line. Well, I know that was what I was just pondering. That's what I was pondering. I should have really gloss varnished it last night. We can gloss varnish it now. It'll be fine. It won't take too long to dry. I can just run my mouth for a while. I can run my mouth for a while. Or we can actually while that's drying, we can go over and paint this claw. So we're not going to waste any time. This still needs to be finished. So we're not wasting any time, and it's not been a complete disaster. But yeah, that is a good point. I think panel lining with oils and like enamels is a lot easier. Where is the old gloss varnish? Oof. Thankfully, I did clean the airbrush as well, so we are already winning. We did sort of clean it. I managed to find a nice bit of dried up ancient acrylic beneath like this sort of washer thing. Like a snake. I found a sort of snake of acrylic, which I managed to remove. Out of interest, JD, are you using voice to type? Is that what it's called? I don't know what the there's a specific app or something. Yeah, this will work. Okay. We're just going to do one coat just to seal in the previous. So we're going to have to do this. Then we're going to have to do a matte varnish once we've done the panel lining. Ooh. That's way too much. What's up, Sandy? How's it going today? I have actually scrapped the combined chat. There's I'd completely forgotten that Twitch didn't approve of combined chats. Like I think I read it ages ago, and then someone reminded me yesterday. So I'm, which sucks for. Well, it sucks for everyone involved. Apparently, Twitch don't like it. Twitch has the issue, not YouTube. So, frightfully sorry, but I can't really afford to be nuked off. God, this is. Nuked off Twitch. I hope you're doing well though, Sandy. Happy Wednesday. Ooh, God. What's the old plan for yourself today? Are you just picking up coffee? You won't be. Oh no, it's all right, Jay. I just wonder. You know, I don't want to sort of be interrogating you and sort of not expecting an answer, but wondering if an answer might be appearing or not. It's good to know though. Ooh, maybe we didn't add too much after all. Ugh. It's so cheap, I don't know why I bothered. Really itchy nose today. I need a brush that I don't mind getting all funky. This one might be cleanish. Right, so just smash in a bunch of that. I should have done this last night. We're going to see how it goes. Okay. I'm hoping that's not tinting the... That was good. We just managed to spill some. We had a spillage on the table of gloss varnish. Great. That's a good way to start the stream. Start as we mean to continue. Oof. I ordered another cutting mat here because I think I'm going to be doing I'm hoping I can set up a specific top-down view on the table over there. So I can record YouTube videos over there for the most part, and then come over here for probably a little bit of airbrushing when required. And airbrushing will kind of be this view that live streams get. Well, it'll be a bit more like... Hold on. It'll be a bit more like that, but less of the sort of auxiliary sort of streaming stuff we get around. But now there is space here. I wonder what I'm going to smash in there. That is the next thing I need to ponder. I'm going to put on this horrible rubber glove thing. I'm not fond of this one, but get the job done. God, this chair is a creaky one. I do need to start painting my dreadnought. That one is going to be, I'm hoping that I can record the footage, and that will be a YouTube video. I need to start airbrushing it, so I can start airbrushing that basically tomorrow. Like, I almost considered recording that on stream today, but I would have been having to pay full attention to the recording rather than eyeballing chat. Okay, there's loads of... This might work in our favor because I might have to have a rummage in the Leviathan box set to see if maybe we can find some saucy shoulder pads for these boys, for this boy. If so, then we'll make the most of having glossy shoulders and slap-on transfers. Okay, I'm going to wait for this first layer to sort of dry for a little bit. Then we'll do one more coat while we have the stuff to hand. Yeah, yet again, I wasn't thinking. But it's not going to be a disaster. I'm going to leave it to dry for a little bit. In the meantime, we will probably paint the base of this steel. Slap some steel paint on there. Wait for that to dry. I will say, Vive, thank you so much for the 59 months in a row. How the devil are you? Happy Wednesday. I was desperately trying to remember the day, even though I did remember it's Wednesday earlier. I promise. Ragnar, good afternoon to you. Vive, what's going on? I hope you're having a lovely day. We're just waiting for paint to dry, but we're actually painting. Paint is on the stream. I mean, painting happened on stream before the half-hour mark. How good is that? We're doing well. Well, the thing is, we're finishing this guy off, but we got to do some panel lining, and I got to attempt it with acrylic paint. So I thought, you know what, just to help the paint get into all the grooves, we will gloss varnish it first. So while I'm going to do another coat of gloss, and then we will leave it to chill for half an hour or so, which is probably not nearly long enough. Like, I normally like to leave it an entire day just to be safe, but I want to try and get this guy a decent amount finished today, if possible. I'm still umming and ahhing about those tubular bits on his thighs. Vive? What's going on? What's the plan for today? Ragnar, what are you up to? Have you started painting your... I saw you had your armor whipped out on the old Instagram. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from. that just escaped. Normally I have it relatively locked down, but that was I'm frightfully sorry, folks. Right, let's get this done. Oh, we haven't done his bonce. Come here, sunshine. I haven't drilled all the way through his head, have I? There's a slight dot on the top of his head. You might just be able to glimpse it on the, like, where that highlight is. There's a slight black dot. I'm now actually curious. I don't think I have, but I might have drilled all the way through his bonce. Locating his brains and failing. Tonight, we're raiding, heroic. We've downed 4 bosses. Time to try for the 5th. Hell yes. Does this mean is this towards an unlock? Are these like the more levels or whatever you go through, the better the reward? Is that the kind of deal we're going with? Butters, hello there. How you doing? What's cracking, dude? Happy Wednesday. Got a yellow spray can. It was terrible. What spray can was it? Was it Colourforge? Had to rescue things and realised regular painting tape leaves ridges. Oh God, yes. That is the thing about, tape. It does leave ridges. Normally you can kind of flatten it. I don't know. It's rather I don't have a huge amount of experience with it, unfortunately. It's something I do need to work on because I got these, tanks to do, and they need diagonal lines on them in different colors and stuff, which I will be using tape for. I was always under the impression that like a gloss varnish, like a nice juicy gloss varnish, could help sort of hide some of those ridges somehow, unless I could be really mistaken. Got better yellow, found the process. Hell yes. What yellow are you going with? Not that I'm going to know. I am groovy, baby. We're just waiting for paint to dry, as per always. But today is the day that the teddy bears have their picnic. No, I'm going to do one more coat of gloss. And then while this is drying for half an hour, we're going to paint steel on the base. I really don't know about the claw situation here. We either go with black, like onyx, or whatever it was, or sort of bone color, ivory. I'm concerned that ivory might be a bit too bright. We might just go like dark brownish with a tickle of something in there. Like Xandri Dust, Sepia, Dubry Firkins, and then stop at Ushabti Bone at the brightest. You got Tamiya tape? I also have Tamiya tape. It's a connoisseur's choice. Lemon yellow. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's quite a vibrant yellow, isn't it? More chances for loot. Well, we like loot, don't we? We like loot. And the best loot is usually at the end of the raid. Curses. Why must they make you do the entire raid to get that good loot? That's the real question. There must be an unlock or an exploit. Glosh? I don't know. Just speaking in general. It's just a disaster. Utter disaster. I can only apologise. Give you another tickle of Dubry Firkins. Right. All right. We're doing our last coat of this. I am going to ponder. I'm going to have a quick look in the Leviathan box and have a look at the transfers. I need to find Terminator shoulder pads or a Terminator shoulder pad for a Blood Angel. I don't really know what they have on their other side. Oh, God. God, the pigeons are making a right racket. Sorry, that's not a pigeon, that's a seagull. Some flying nightmare beast. All right. That was... Look how much varnish we got left over, ladies and jelly spoons. Terrible. There's a skip to the end bosses, but you still have... Oh, but you have to kill your way there once... Oh, I see. I see. Well, that's fair. I think that's fair. Playing the entire thing once makes sense, and then like having a skip, that certainly makes things easier. Because like going through the same chaff, is that the correct terminology that people use? Chaff, the detritus, like the weaker things, just to get to the good stuff, is a bit tedious. Bin chickens. Exactly, JD. Exactly. Yeah. Well, we get seagulls, which are... They're not as... Like, when I lived in Brighton, they were a lot more hungry. Hungry for food in your hand. The ones here don't seem to be quite so bad, but I don't really walk around with a handful, like, you know, takeaway chips in a hand. So I don't really have to dodge seagulls. Thankfully, they just make a racket because they like to chill on top of this roof, on top of this very ceiling, like however many feet that is, like 8 foot above me or 6 foot or whatever, however many feet it is from my head to the apex of the roof. You get some pigeons and seagulls chilling out there, making a right old racket. And they play at the Amex Stadium. Amex? Amex. How do you say that word? The bin chickens also... Hold on, the seagull. Is it the seagulls or the pigeons? Is that an American football team? Or a baseball team? Baseball? Ice hockey. Basketball. One of the teams with a name is either the pigeons or the seagulls. Short A. Amex. I'm learning how to speak American all over again. I stupidly signed up to... I didn't sign up to it. I signed into Quora? Is that the website? Quora. I was looking for I googled something a while ago, and I followed a link to that website, which someone was sort of answering something adjacent to it or whatnot. So it wasn't quite what I was looking for. But I stupidly logged in with a Gmail thing. And now I'm constantly getting emails from them with ridiculous questions. Absolutely ridiculous questions. Oh, Brighton are the seagulls. Well, there we go. It certainly makes sense. They do make a racket. Right racket. I think I'm going to dump this gloss varnish. If I can find the thing that I found looking for. Let's get my... Get some very strange questions asked on Quora. I should really just stop reading them and just unsubscribe or whatever it was I did. But some very strange people. I do wonder if maybe they're sort of engagement farming with their ridiculous questions. You know? Okay, I'm going to slap some water through here. Sweet. Caroline. And then a tickle of cleaner. Just to be on the safe side. Just gives me, just in case I forget to clean it out properly, there's... I'll blast a little bit of cleaner through there. Alright, that means I can get rid of this horrible glove now. Alright. So we are going to wait an amount of time. Looks like we have got a slight speckle on that one. On his leg right there, there's a slight splat. So before we start on this, I must look for shoulder pad transfers. But we will be panel lining. I may have done it a bit too early on this, but we'll find out. So in the meantime, while we wait for that to kind of dry, I'm going to get out the steel, I think. Maybe exhaust manifold. We're just going to do a really basic. We're going to slap some of this bad boy on. We're going to use some Scrag Brown. And maybe a little bit of brighter brown. Maybe some Typhus Corrosion. Tickle on there as well. Could do the job. I'm just looking for a dodgy brush. I don't mind getting ruined because of metallic paint. Dropped frames, 2.2%. What is up with you? What is up with OBS at the moment? I've changed no settings. In fact, I just don't understand it. It's flat out do not understand what's going wrong. And it is driving me around the bend. Okay. So. This is definitely going to need a... Oh my god, there's paint going all over the place. If you are on Twitch, don't forget to use your channel points for the community goal. There is currently no other use for them, so don't worry, you'll not be missing out on anything. In fact, we could have waited a little bit and gloss varnish this as well at the same time, but oh well. I think we're starting to run out of this paint, which is rather miserable. I'm very keen on... Oh, hello. That's a nice yellow, dude. I do... Wait, hold on. Is that masking tape or the yellow? Either way, I like the yellow. And those are very shiny... Are those shouldery pads or knee type pads? What are we looking at there? Armor piece. Yeah, I see those. Are those... I can't quite remember the armor. Is those they look like either shoulder pads or potentially knee pads, depending on how they're worn, I suppose. Oh, it is yellow. Oh, knee pads. And you painted that is a jazzy yellow. I like it. That looks pretty accurate as well. Are you happy? Now I think we have Null Oil Gloss. I certainly purchased it by accident years ago. I'm hoping I found it the other day. I don't think I purchased the Reichland Gloss shade color. So I'm pretty sure it's the one I want. And I will be hosing this down with that soon, TM. Once we've done the gloss varnish, then I will start. I will paint the claws and the teeth. I actually got to paint the. See if I can slip the old brush in and paint the tongue. Okay. I'm saying that's done. D-U-N. It's serviceable. They're going to get a coat of varnish and then drenched in diluted black oil paint. Don't forget to use your odorless thinners. Sandy, you just seen a chap use cheesecloth. Yes, I believe I may have even seen that video. What was the YouTube creator? I know I have seen people use fabrics with their miniatures before. I'm just trying to. I don't like. I'm not getting as much time as I would like currently to watch YouTube, so I do miss out on a few things. It's going to wait a little bit for this to dry. Let me see if I can find. You know what, folks? I think I have a sneaky suspicion. Yeah, I don't know whether null. Oh, hold on. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. So I purchased this years ago by accident. I didn't realize gloss shade was a thing. So I purchased the first null oil that I saw, and I didn't actually see the word gloss written on it. So, but it is the one we want, and we will slap it onto this thing. I'll slap this on. We do have some typhus corrosion. We are going to slap some of that on. We are going to slap on some scrag brown and then some slightly brighter orange potentially. We do have riser rust, but we also have this bad boy as well. So we can do a little bit of rust. I don't want to go too crazy. but we will see. And then while that's drying, we can probably... Well, I'll probably have a little rummage around for transfers or decals. Decals, if you're that way inclined. Oh, okay. I will check that out. I might not have seen that particular video, but I've definitely seen people use like fabrics like that for doing camouflage netting and stuff like that. Right, you know what? We'll break out the hairdryer. I'll mute the microphone. All right. So we will dry brush a little bit of steel on later when we remember. But for the moment, we just want to get some detail picked out. So we're just going to slap some of this in. Still eyeing up those Krieg miniatures then. Did you end up buying any, or are you just sort of tempted at the moment? Okay. Yeah, we will do a tiny little trickle of dry brushing with the steel later on. Just going to wait for this to dry first. Might sort of wick away any huge amounts of excess. We're not Slanesh after all. Tempted purely for painting? Absolutely. Oh, it's so tempting. Well, you've got a stronger, you've got more willpower than I do. I would have already, if I already didn't have Krieg, I would have already purchased it. I came very close to buying the army box set. They released a sort of army box set a few months ago. I don't know how many months ago off the top of my head. But let me see if I can find it for you, in fact. I know, well, it's still actually available. So it's this one and this one here. It is very tempting. So it had, I mean, it's 18 miniatures. It's sort of the horsey people, artillery, and an engineer squad, which was pretty tempting. Plus, I think this guy here. I think I will be getting this miniature at some point because I reckon he is pretty snazzy. He's on a sort of horsey thing. Genetically grown, vat-grown horse thing. Very cool. But I'm just trying to sort of refrain at the moment from too many auxiliary miniatures at the moment. We will, obviously, we got the rather large goal beneath my chin to get the cafe army which is coming out. I don't think we know when at this point in time. So thankfully, there's not a massive rush to get to work on it. But it's definitely going to be a good goal. It's going to wait a little bit longer for this to dry. Then we will break out some typhus corrosion. We're going to put on a couple of thin down washes of Scrag Brown, and then we will either use Troll Slayer Orange or Riser Rust, dry brushed on for some sort of dried crusty rust, and then probably a little tickle of silver or something for some scuffs, etc. You saw the cavalry set and someone put the horses' heads on wrong? Really? They put the horse head on? Really? That is bizarre. Restraint on... only a little bit, Ragnar. It's only a little bit. Got to keep it real. Got to... Where's the right typhus corrosion? So we got the typhus corrosion. I think I have auxiliary. Oh, God, I'm not sure about the state of this, actually. I think we're okay. Who are you and what do you do with Badger? I know. These colours are pretty similar. So this is the dry Riser Rust. This is Troll Slayer Orange. What's up, Screezel? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Wednesday. Oh, they got gas masks and the straps didn't line up? Oh, no. That would frustrate me. That would really frustrate me. Sandy, I would... I don't know. I don't know what I would do about that. I'd have to buy some more. And attempt to use green stuff or something to fix the error on the ones that are already glued together. What's the plan, Squeezel? How's your Wednesday looking? We are actually painting. I will let it be said here and now that we've had paint on the miniature since 20 minutes into the stream. I was really impressed. Almost gave myself a pat on the back. Almost. So is this like blowing on it? It's going to tell me if it's dry. Wait a couple of minutes or so longer. Then we're going to this bad boy. Then Scrag Brown. A couple of layers of it because it's quite a muted orangey brown colour. So a couple of like sort of not washes over the entire thing, but we'll let it run into all the bits and pieces and over the typhus corrosion because this is a brownish green, greenish brownish grey stuff with some grit. Working my life away, looking for a better way. I'm not gonna go. I agree with you though. I was actually trying to remember the next line. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh. I had very noisy jets above us today. Very noisy. They were making absolute racket. It was very disappointing. They were just like sort of circling a bit. It seemed like they were circling above, but the way I understand it, they were probably further away and just sound carries as it does. But it's got such a deep booming noise that some of the glass in this room was just vibrating. And it was very like, you gonna be all right over there, glass, or we're gonna have to replace you. Not that they were doing a sonic boom, but it was a very noisy noise. Very noisy noise. All right, we are going to... Is this going to be the right move? I'm going to look for another brush. In the box of awful brushes. Some of them are actually okay. Some of them are just genuinely terrible. Oh, look at this little bad boy. The return of the king. The return of the king of brushes. Look at that. Absolute legendary behavior right there. It's not the... That's another amazing brush. We can use you. Look at that bad boy. Absolute disaster area. Absolute disaster area. Thanks, Nightbot. Hey, Nightbot's here. Well done, Nightbot. Nightbot is saying stuff into YouTube. I don't know if... I need to... Like, yesterday, I think it took 3.5 hours for Nightbot to say something. It was a bit bizarre. Normally, it was quite reticent to... Okay, we're going to just attempt to try not to go too bananas with this. Okay, now we wait for that to dry. Be gone, foul beast. Whoopsh. I removed it, V. I removed it. So, as I understand it, the music has stopped. Let me get this music situation sorted. That's Astral Throb. Basically, someone reminded me that Twitch doesn't like melded chats between YouTube and Twitch, which is quite irritating because I like it, but apparently, like, YouTube appear to be fine with it, apparently, but Twitch has the issue, which is really frustrating. Where's Whitebat Audio? Dystopian Synthwave. Let's do it. Right. Yeah, so I removed it right as stream began. I hid it. So I'm not really sure what to do with this bit anymore. I mean, I was pondering putting something there, but now, come to think of it, that's the AI scene. Where is the color source? Ooh, hello. I'm not entirely sure. I need to figure out what to do because we've got like we got a space here to put some nonsense, some stream type nonsense. Oh god, now we've got right. So we need that because there we go. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Yeah, apparently I just click things without reading. Something which people shouldn't do. They should attempt to read as much as possible what they're wildly accepting. And I genuinely think I do remember reading that or hearing about it ages ago, but I forgot about it between then and setting up the dual, YouTube Twitch chat thing, which is a shame. Which is a shame because I like the fact that if you are on Twitch and someone is talking in YouTube, that Twitch people can read what YouTube people are writing and vice versa. Now it kind of doesn't do that. So I don't know if there's a way of doing, like, maybe there's a way of, I wonder if there's a way of exporting YouTube chat into Discord and Twitch chat, and then just having like a weird blended chat channel for live streams in Discord. That would be neat. Then I wouldn't have to worry about like having it on screen, so to speak. Anyway, that is the story of the sadness that Twitch, brought to the situation. We're just waiting a little bit of this to dry. Then we're going to break out some Scrag. Old Scragalicious. Slap some of that on. Then we're going to wait for that to dry and then do maybe another layer and then some of this. And then we'll do a couple of tickles of brighter steel for some sort of scratches and scuffs. And then we're going to say that the base is basically done. Ho, 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 ho. We got to do the claws. So we are going to do like a darkish brownish color and highlight up to, I did say Ushabti brown or whatever it's called. Ushabti bone earlier. That might be a smidgen too bright. We'll see. But he'll be done. And then once that happens, we'll get him. I'll go and look for some shoulder pad transfers, and then we can panel line the hell out of him. Maybe even get be too early to say we're going to get in two miniatures finished today. It's too early to say. I can't guarantee it. I would like it, but I can't guarantee it. Never say never, and various other phrases. I'm going to put this varnish away, though, just while I'm waiting for that to dry. Make the use of the time. Right. Okay. Scrag Brown, where are you, sunshine? Oh, you're not where you normally are. Can you hear that? Right, they've gone. Well, they're not gone. They're going. Yeah, they were making a right old racket this morning. It seemed like they were just circling above because the noise was just sort of not really dissipating for a bit. I know they generally just fly out to the sea, which is hold on, where's my hand? Which is that direction. The sea is sort of, we're basically on a tidal river, so the sea isn't very far away. Rowdy neighbours upstairs, something like that, Squeezle, yeah. We do get... There is a block of flats just yonder, just over there. They are very rowdy. Especially, well, in the summer, you know. They like to just hang out on the balconies and just sort of yell at each other. I don't know if they're actually yelling or just having a really loud conversation. When you could just normally Just like, just stand next to someone and talk with a normal voice. Some people like to bellow at point blank. It is a strange situation. I don't know if they think it means they're right in a conversation because they're talking louder, shouting. This is very irritating. And the answer is it doesn't make you correct just because you shout louder. I think having rowdy neighbours though is really not a good thing though. Like, not a great thing. And you can't really choose your neighbours, much like you can't choose family. I have, however, been blessed with an excellent family. You know, it's just some people are not so lucky in that regard. You can always move away. You can always move away from the house you just moved into if you've got dodgy neighbours. Also move away from the dodgy family, but generally you have to suffer several years until you can legally move away. Right. I think there's... Oh, hello. I think you're actually okay. All right. Oh, ladies and jelly spoons, we're running out of Scrag Brown. This is a sad situation. We're going to have to be ordering some more at some point. Not today, not tomorrow, but someday. I mean, we could just leave it like that. I mean, it's... and just build up a few layers of it. It's very, very thin down. It is really thin down, thankfully. Well, so we have to wait for more paint to dry. It's fine. It's all part of the plan. Ooh, hello. It's going to wait a little bit for this to dry. It's going to take a while. We'll do one more pass just to get a little bit of variation, and then we'll do a little bit of riser in a few spots, or some of this one. Just going to have to wait a little bit. All right, so I suppose I could hit this with no, because we'll be all right. We'll just wait a little bit, and then obviously this will get matte varnished as well. A few decent coats of matte varnish, or maybe a thick of gloss and then a matte varnish over the top of that. We haven't painted the eyes on this guy. Ooh, we've got to paint the eyes. Oh, and the little bit of carapace on its forehead. So it's not quite as finished as I thought, but we're tickling closer. I'm just pondering what colours. Is that Calthan brown there? I can see Calthan. All right. We're going to use Calfin Brown, Zandri Dust, Ushabti Bone. We might use Sepia Wash on the teeth as well. We need to do the tongue. Well, we're going to slap some. We're going to do the tongue first because we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to do the tongue after doing the teeth. Well, that's for sure. So as I said, we might use some sepia, then do Zandri Dust and Ushabti Bone for the teeth and the claws, because we don't want them getting too bright. I don't want them getting too bright and then taking away from the rest of the high quality miniature that we painted. So I just need to get... What paints did I say? Zandri Dust or Ushabti Bone? It's Carrick Stone. Yeah, some of these paints went a bit skanky on me. Zandri Dust went a bit skanky on me, and so did Ushabti Bone. I'm not entirely sure. This went really quite skanky. I still have it, and I think it'll probably be good for like base painting and stuff like that. But I thought, screw it, we want actual paint which goes on smoothly without gritty, weird bits in it. And then, what happened with the Ushabti Bone? Did that go weird on me as well? No idea. Oh, hello. Oh, bugger. Hello. How's it going, Dawn? Thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing today? How was your stream? What the devil were you up to today? Happy Wednesday. And all that good stuff. Let me do the old shout out. Shout out? What were you up to? We've just been... I just had to mute the microphone. It was terrible. I couldn't talk for minutes. Had... I don't know what they were. Fast jets, bombers, I don't know what they were. Flying things making an absolute racket above the studio here. But folks, on my side, there is should be a follow button at the top of your chat. And it's really easy for you to click on that button. All right, if you're not already following Daunt, you can absolutely do that right here, right now. Playing some Coral Island. Now, I've heard of it. Have I seen it? Yeah, it's seriously like they were doing it all this morning. I swear they were sort of doing it to irritate me. In the entire large town or whatever this place is, they must have known I was down here wanting some silence, and they thought, screw him. We're going to irritate him. That's what it felt like. Like the glass was vibrating in the room. It was awful. So Coral Island is a chilled game. So am I seeing... Is there some farm... I don't want to... What would you say it's similar to? Please don't say Coral Island. That would... I'm not really, really that familiar with these sorts of games. Stairway... Humble Games? I see similar to games you've played, Stardew Valley. I have played Stardew Valley. It's Stardew, but everyone is incredibly good looking. So just like this stream then. Obviously. Well, I guess that's a good thing. We like good looking people. Oh, crikey. I just clicked one of the pictures on Steam. There's someone in a bikini. Yeah, they look way better than I do in a bikini. That's fantastic. The torture, it really is Ragnar. Green hair, yes. That will be Yuri. What's the deal with Yuri? Are they actually nice or are they actually evil? Or what's going on? Oh God, this chair is getting creakier. By the way, while we have people, what kind of desks do we have for one's computers? I'm in the mood. I'm in the I need to buy a computer desk, basically. Everyone and their mother tries to bed. Oh, really? And is she like... Is she next to impossible? Is she... Firstly, is she beddable? Not asking for my own thing, but is she? Like, is that even on the agenda? Or is she just ridiculously hard to get? Nurse tattoos, green hair, bikini, a strong combo. She is single. Is she ready to mingle? That's the real question. It does seem like people do seem to like that combination. You know, it does seem quite popular, is what I'm trying to say. So, Lathius, how's it going, dude? You haven't tried? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would go around saying all the wrong things. I'd go around saying all the wrong things. You know, I can't help it sometimes. I just have to say something which I know is going to irritate someone. You're going for how do you say that first name? Chaim? Enjoy that. Or Raj. Go for both at the same time. Can you juggle? Metaphorically? KM. Oh, okay. That was a lot easier than I was butchering. I don't normally do the men thing in video games. But Raj owns a coffee shop, so that made him acceptable. Oh, okay. That's fair. Do you normally go for the women then? I've never played a game like I've never sort of played a game where I have to sort of date someone or whatever in a game. I just go around. I like killing people instead. That's why first person shooters are generally my thing I play, apart from like Factorio. Yeah, it's sort of... You're not bad, Lathius. You're painting. Hell yes. What are you painting, you saucy beast? I just flirt badly with lovely people in chat instead. So there we go. You eventually need to pick one. Oh no. That's... What you do is, right? Definitely not from personal experience. You get you string someone along for ages. That's what happens. Monkey Wagon, you can date all of them at the same time, but only... Oh. Can you marry one and just have a string of auxiliary, like, boyfriends or girlfriends? Like bits on the side? I have to put up with a man IRL. You can't do it in my games too. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's too much, man. Yeah. Well, I as a man, I can understand that. It's not much dating. Just give them fits they like and get rep. When you say fits, do you mean... Okay, you're going to have to explain that. Like, when I read fits, I thought seizures. I have epilepsy, so that's where my brain went to straight away. Do you mean clothing? Badger needs a harem. What do you mean needs? Might already have. Still the weird vampire. Oh, still the weird. You're not power painted. Speed painted. Oh, gifts. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So you got to find out what they like. You got to chat to them enough to know what will make them happy, and then you locate the gift to make them happy. Got it. I obviously need a coffee shop. I've got a big cup of coffee here. I don't want to show off or anything, but it's kind of big. What a typo. Handsome devil. I know, Lathius. Listen, my hair was all... Hold on, I haven't actually looked properly since stream started. By the way, we got some auxiliary grey hair coming through here. We're turning 45 this year. I think I'm doing okay. Not that I really care about like grey hairs and stuff, but that's why I need it every so often. I need a haircut, and it just annihilates some. Unfortunately, it makes others more obvious. 45? I know. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm talking at the back of the studio, there's a staircase down to the ground floor. I'm thinking stand a stair lift. It's almost stand a stair lift time. Or a lift. But I do get worried that the electricity will get cut at some point, and then I'll get stuck in a lift, like in that episode of Grace that I watched the other day. All weekend. This seems like an odd time to tune in. Trigo, it's probably the best time. How you doing? What's cracking? Happy Wednesday. I do bake. Technically not. Since we do need to bake more. I do need to bake more. We might even have baking streams. I know I threatened years ago that I would do cheesecake if I ever hit partner. I think I'm relatively safe from that situation. Obviously, we would like to hit partner at some point. And if we ever do, then I will bake that cheesecake. I'm not saying I'll eat it, but I will make that cheesecake. Ooh. A plastic harem. Harem? Harem. I'm going with harem. Yeah, that's what we've really got. At least you have hair, Lathius. We're not going to have this conversation again. You've got fabulous hair, all right? I have had grey hair since you were 17. Really? I remember at school, like when I was at my like first, well, whatever school they call it in the UK, in England, whatever, boarding school. I remember that one chap, he had a patch of grey hair somewhere like here, and he had like a great, and he was sort of like my age, like 12 or 13, had tiny sort of little patchlets of grey hair. You're 38 and you got more grey than you? Listen, I just try and stay relaxed and groovy, baby. It's just if I get stressed out, it's bad for my health. Literally, I have more seizures when I'm stressed out. So I just try and stay relaxed. That's my excuse. I don't know if it's based on reality or biology or just fluke. Random cake. Your teenagers started baking. Ooh. Oh, there we go. See, that's living the life, Dawn. I have made red velvet cake one time. Now, out of interest, how does your teen make it? The recipe I used, it said used beetroot because that was like got the red dye, and it was like it was basically a chocolate coloured with a red tint. It was pretty okay. I think I need more practice in it. You're bald? That's what I was saying, Lathius. Exactly. Your hair's fabulous. In whatever form it is. You remember the hairdresser saying that you now have grey hair? I'm like, thanks for pointing that out. Were they trying to get you lined up for like Were they trying to get you sort of, can you hook me up with either like sort of tinting the hair, you know, or maybe even speeding you rapidly towards the dreaded I'm sorry, purple or blue rinse. I don't quite understand the purple or blue rinse thing that people of a certain age tend to go for. It is a weird thing, right? I don't actually, saying that, I don't really see people, I don't see it knocking around too much these days. Maybe that is now a thing of the past. Having a kid is finally paying off. It's only taken, you know, a lot of stress. But coming down to freshly baked food, it's great. So I personally like baking bread and stuff like that. I do like making a cake occasionally. Tarts, I love a tart. Many tarts and pies. You got no clue? All I know is that she makes it dairy free so I can eat it. That's even better. Get them making all that good stuff. I have a reason, I guess. You've had cancer, so my body inside's like 20 to 30 years older than my outside. No, it's all right. I too have technically had cancer. I didn't realize. Well, it does kind of, like, dealing with it kind of puts your body through it, doesn't it? Like, technically, I had cancer in my lip. I had some horrible thing. I had to have it chopped out, which is why I have a weird smile. It's like I got a chunk of lip. Like, normally you have your lip shape, like, I don't know, how the lips look, but mine now looks like someone's like taking a claw to it or something. I think she was just surprised because I was young. So I'm going to have grey hair and not know. Yeah, of course you know. Of course you know. When you're in your teen years, you're very aware of how you look. Absolutely. Teens were not the greatest time for me. So I'm going to slap a little bit of paint on here while I remember. I mean, I wasn't like a troll or anything. But it wasn't. Very awkward time, I think, as we can all probably agree. Oh, hello. Or maybe I was a troll, who knows? First grey hair is always a moment. Treat yourself to a massive miniature when that happens, or something you've always wanted. Buy something fancy. Might as well. Chemotherapy kills healthy cells as well as cancer ones, yeah. So it does break down. So you break it down a bit, you get to live. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing. I do wonder, like, these days, I don't want to get too depressing, but do I want to live really, really old? I don't know, especially with the we don't talk about politics, but in England certainly the what's it, retirement age, pension age, whatever it's called, is getting rapidly pushed up. So not massively sure if I'm desperate to become truly ancient. Not that I want to speed run the end either. I'm definitely outliving your husband. There's something that can be wrong with you. Oh no, that's terrible. That's terrible. Hopefully, I don't know. Just stay out of the world. Everyone gets it. I thought you said stay out of the world. Yeah. So I just had like the doctor. It was terrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It's obviously can be a lot worse. But I had something in my lip, and I went in there. I went to the surgeon, and went into the little room, sat there. And he was like, yeah, I'm just going to cut your lip open and remove this thing. So he took it out, and then he said, you're going to slap a bandage on. We're going to make sure we got it chopped all out. And then we might have to summon you in again to chop more away. So I got summoned in twice to have more auxiliary lip chopped out. It was not pleasant. And I was awake as well. Don't do well with that sort of stuff. I always say between him and my daughter, you're the last man standing most of the time. Is that because your health is just top notch, or are you just stubborn? Because I know some people just absolutely so stubborn they refuse to give in to, like, oh, I've actually got a cold. No, I've not got a cold. Nothing that a bit of whiskey or the pizza can't fix. A bit of both. Yeah. Don't listen to some zombie flick. What was I was watching... We're waiting for paint to dry, by the way. That's why I'm not painting. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. I was watching YouTube channel the other day, a YouTube video. I think it was like a compilation of some TV shows. Cats Does Countdown or something, and various other things. Would you want to give in to the zombie plague straight away, or would you fight on? Or would you just go out and go, take me. I'll just join you. Let's get it over and done with. Daintless. I firmly believe I would survive the zombie apocalypse. I don't know if I would survive. I'd like to think I'd do okay. I mean, I wouldn't be going out much. I got loads of plastic miniatures to paint, so I wouldn't need to go out too often to get more ones from the local model shop, which is probably one of the last shops to get broken into and plundered during the zombie apocalypse. So I'd be okay. I got 3D printers. I can print out bits and more miniatures and things I might need to actually live. Might be okay, but I would like probably I don't know. I don't have a car. I think some sort of car might be of use. Although I'm not massively practical. Like, I could be more practical when it comes to like household things. It's not my strong point. I really wish it was, but yeah. So when it comes to reinforcing the house from the zombie hordes, yeah, we need more of this. In fact, we might be lacking a little bit, which is a bit miserable. Yeah, this might work. My family all decided I have to lead them when it happens. Oh, really? That we have to just let my sister go be eaten because she'll be alive. Oh, no. Is she... Is this older or younger sister? It's terrible. Does she know she's a liability? Is this going to become dreadful news to her when this zombie apocalypse happens? Oh, she agrees with it? Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry to inform you, sis. We're gonna have to let you go, I'm afraid. You're gonna be an absolute liability. Okay, I reckon that's probably a bit too much now. Tactical decoy sister? Yeah, I know, that's terrible. Well, both of my brothers have kids. I don't know. I don't know if I'd probably be the one which gets sacrificed. Important to plan who you abandon? Yeah. That's the thing. Older sister? Yeah. Probably makes sense. It was her who said she would be that person you're screaming run to, and she's just standing there unable to move. Yeah. I would be... Well, I've got really bad knees. My knees have been terrible since... So... Like the grey hair when you're 17. My knees have been awful since I was 17. I've been old before my time when it comes to knees. They're absolutely ghastly. And they're definitely a liability. Running away from zombie. As long as I can shuffle faster than a zombie, we're okay. But only up until that point. It's going to wait a little bit longer. Then we're going to break out a little bit of this. And then we've got the claws and things to do. See, my kid has a knee brace. Yeah, it's definitely a problem. Like my knee, I don't know how old the child you're talking about is. But like, so I used to play rugby at school, and when I was sort of 16, my knees just started. I don't know what, aching. And then sort of round about 17-ish, I stopped playing rugby and ended up playing hockey instead. Because I was in the scrum. I thought hockey might be slightly more relaxing for my knees. It wasn't, but it was, they weren't aching so much. But they just, whenever I kneel down or they click and pop. And it's painful to stand up. So yeah. I would need to get wheeled around on one of those, those those things which it's like it's got a longer back and like a smaller footprint at the front. It's got a wheel at the back, and you see like people in warehouses, etc., moving around stacks of I don't know, magazines and whatever. You could get wheeled around on one of those, maybe, by someone. Oh, she's 15? Yeah, that's not good. Oh, you got surgery? She's got surgery planned? Oh, well, hopefully that's a great success. I went to the doctor multiple times, and he was like, nah, there's nothing wrong with you. It's like, well, I can tell you there is, but you keep telling yourself that, sunshine. But hers was born with crappy knees. Then she fully hurt one at 13. Oh, wow. Damn. Well, I'm glad she's going for surgery. That's a fantastic thing. Hopefully, that will be make life a lot more enjoyable. Need to wait for her to stop growing to do the surgery. My dad had something. What's it called? Schlatter? Hold on. I'm going to have to Google the name of it, because otherwise it sounds like some awful... Schlatter's disease? Osgood Schlatter is a common cause of knee pain in growing adolescents, characterized by pain and swelling below the kneecap, where the tendon attaches to the shin bone. Huh. My dad, he was... Do you know how they sorted his knees out? They put him in a plaster cast, waist to ankle, in his teen years. He's not as tall as he could be. Her kneecap is literally just hanging off. Oh my God. If she doesn't wear her brace, her knee... Oh, all right. I don't want to read the rest of that sentence. Oh, that's awful. That's not good at all. Tell her to wear her braces all the time. All right, so we have, just for the moment, we're going to slap some of this on. I think it's going to work. It might not, but we're going to do it anyway. Is this paint even viable? I don't know when I used it last. What decade? Hope she can get surgery soon, because that kneecap, yeah, it made me slightly cringe as well. What's up, Fluent? Oh, what's cracking, dude? Happy Wednesday. Yes, they're going to pull some tendons around to stabilize it and take off some bone from her hip to hold it. You can just take some hip bone off and slap it. Wow, science has gone a long way. That's a great thing. That's awesome. And then only then can the zombie apocalypse, I'm frightfully sorry, happen. Oh, make sure she does all her physio. Because my dad had new knees put in, or a new knee put in, I don't know, a couple of decades ago, whenever it was. He didn't do his physio, and his knees are still hurting him. Very disappointed. I nagged him for ages. I was like, listen here, do your bloody physio. Otherwise, what's the point? He's like, no, I just want to have a biscuit instead. Moon Eyes, hello. So on the off chance that I was to purchase the Kraken shoulder pads, yes. Moon Eyes. Funnily enough, I do want to get into that. I can absolutely do stuff like that for you, yeah. Absolutely. I have been wanting to do print to order stuff. and commissions in general. I am waiting to overhaul my website this month. That was the plan for this month, but I've been so sidetracked with other stuff. It is going to happen. It is on the agenda. But yeah, we can absolutely talk about that sort of stuff. Cut and paste, literally, yeah. Woof. Yes, then we're good to go. Well, after 8 months, yeah, exactly. Got to do that physio. Oof. I think I've only had physio a few times, and that was from working at Disney. Blech. Every time I buggered up my shoulder. Or my back. Got sent to the local physio. Luckily, she's young enough to be still be able to PT by a parent. Yeah, exactly. That is very true. She can't really be like, no, mum, I'm just going to have biscuits. That's all the physio I need. So there, you're not the boss of me. Actually, I got news for you, sunshine. I am the boss of you. So we're safe now. No zombie apocalypse till then. Yeah, we got a bit more time, Ragnar, to make plans for our own inevitable demise. Well, you're making armor at the moment, so you actually might be doing all right to start with. You know, you can work on some. I'm sure people do. Do you reckon people print out, make zombie armor? Just on the off chance that the zombie apocalypse is going to happen. There must be, right? I know there are preppers, right? Or whatever they call themselves. Who do, have emergency bat caves to retreat to. Full of cakes and pies. You guess you remembered wrong? No, Disney. I don't think you did remember wrong. I think it might have been just removed at some point. The bot does need work. It needs major work. If anything happens a year from now, I'm going to look very suspicious. Someone pulls these chat logs. Yeah, exactly. It's all timed to perfection. Unfortunately, there were logs on one Twitch channel somehow weren't deleted. I'm not, nor have I ever planned or took part in the planning of a zombie apocalypse. That's always good to add the that caveat, just in case, even if you are planning it, just to cover your own back with, oh yeah, I was only talking, It was just chat. All right, some bony bit here. Oh, we got the teeth. Oh, bugger, I painted the wrong bit first. Oh, he's got these weird pointy bits on his shoulder. Are they horny bits or what? I'm going to have a look at some pictures. I'm not sure what those bits... They look like they might be bony bits. Like those bits rather than those bits. With a disclaimer like that, I know who I'm blaming for suddenly is... Well, this is the thing. That's what a zombie outbreak person would say. just in case. But by then, like, whoever's going to come after them would already be a zombie, most likely. I don't know who would go after in the zombie apocalypse. Certainly, having worked in London, I know this is basically what they're insinuating in Shaun of the Dead. Commuters, like commuting into London, it did seem an awful lot like the zombie apocalypse on the few mornings that I had to go into London early. It's just like, oh God. Gene stealer nipples? Do you reckon? I was going to say, can you milk one? Obviously not. Do you reckon? What color gene stealer nipples would they? What color would they be? It's a conundrum right there, isn't it? Twitch live streaming the zombie apocalypse, and live from the zombie apocalypse. Let's go to our reporter on the street. How's it going down there? Entirely fresh new market. Yeah, actually, that I reckon that's when we can hit Twitch partner. That's what I reckon. I'm blaming Lathius, Ragnar. That's all I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. It's not my fault. I'd probably just paint them the same colors you've done the mandibles. Yeah, I reckon. You're innocent? Yeah. That's what they all say when they're getting banged up by the judge. You know, you're getting done for 5 years for being a naughty boy. No, I'm innocent. It wasn't me, governor, I promise. They are weird. Why are they on his, like, here? They make no sense. Well, we got the... Yeah, I think we're going to have to paint them bony colour. You sound a bit too experienced there. Don't know what you're talking about. I've never been caught. Or charged for anything. Bloody seagulls. Shut up. You flying rat bags. Okay, so I'm glad we're finally making progress on this. Oh, we've got to do this. We're going to have... Okay, ladies and jelly spoons, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some paint on a tiny little thing. I'm going to jam it in there. We're going to attempt... We're not going to... See that? That's his teeth, innit? Beyond the teeth, there is apparently a tiny little tongue. We're going to attempt to get some paint on that tongue. I don't think we're going to be able to highlight it. We're definitely not shading it. We might be able to get a tiny little bit of... tickle the end of the tongue. With a little bit of Monica. Pink horror. Where's Screamer Pink gone? All right. we might be able to get some pink horror on it. That's going to be very doubtful, but we're going to attempt to slap some of that in there. Then we'll do the teeth. At first, I was a bit dubious about the colours on it. Well, dude, I do get very concerned when it comes to painting. Like, am I making a pig's ear of this? I would say that, like, looking at it now, I'm happy with how it's looking. I think when it comes to painting the rest of them, I think this is like the purple, the most purple I want to go, because I do remember having very sort of pink fleshed ones, like bubblegum pink almost, sort of a bit more verging towards this, or Fulgrim pink. This does seem like on the top of the head, it's like there, but I mean, I need to wrap that color further around the bonds. So I am happy with it, and I think generally, like when they're all painted together, they'll look okay. They'll look pretty good. But thank you very much. Exactly, Lathia. Well, I don't know. It does matter. It does. I'm not going to go all Bob Ross and like start making excuses for when things go tits up, which they invariably do. But as long as they look, I'm wanting them to look relatively how I remember Gene Stealers, like in the artwork. It's I don't mind like a mod. I don't mind a slightly modern twist on it, if you want to call it that. But as long as the colours are there, I'm happy. Seriously, Lathius, yeah, Bob Ross, it's absolute slacker. I'm not down with it. Mistakes happen. It's almost no. See, this is it, Lathius. It's sloppy technique. And he's like, yeah, it's all right. You can run with sloppy technique. Don't need to worry about improving, mate. Just go for it. Never bother improving. Just I do agree. I do agree partially with that, but also, come on now, practice makes perfect. And obviously, I'm way beyond that. Way beyond that, as in, I'll never get that good. But seriously, I do agree. Like, obviously, mistakes happen, and being able to sort of fix mistakes, or even just use the mistakes as a jumping off point, if we go fully Bob Ross, to end up with something different, then that's groovy. But this is now a shed. Deal with it. Exactly. Yeah. But I think, I am happy that I've got a scheme. I will do a YouTube video for the old YouTube, a specific YouTube. Like, I'll probably use this geezer. I'll probably paint in black and start again just for a YouTube video. And then I'll just batch paint all of them. And then we got these lads to do. This is one I printed. Here's one I printed earlier. We will, assuming I can get this one, I'll also do a YouTube video on painting one of them and attempt to speed paint those ones. But my God, they are really they got so much detail on them. Those Space Hulk Blood Angel Terminators, they got bits just all over the place. They're absolutely festooned. Festooned? Yeah. With just random bits. It's crazy. Isn't even a red door. So red? What? Sorry, Lathius, you're going to have to translate this. Evidently, I'm missing. He's got some gloss varnish on, by the way. We are going to be panel lining with some word bearers red. And then we got a little bit of edging to do, live and on air. Oh yeah, he isn't even. And the So Red was the term. Yeah, well, I think the gloss varnish definitely makes this look more red. But I think the camera is also jazzifying things a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. I think it looks better under the camera. I think he might look better for you than it does for me. Obviously, I've done an amazing paint job. Looks stunning. Smashing. But also in person, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. He looks mediocre. It looks mediocre. By the way, before I forget, when we got to do smash some oil, black, null stuff on those grey bits. Xandri dust, where are you, sunshine? Where's sepia? So, I think the plan is we'll do all the highlights and then we'll seraphim sepia over the entire lot of claws. And that'll knock everything back down a little bit. I'm hoping. That's the general gist of what we want. All right. Anyway. Oof. Xandri dust. I'm not using the wet palette at the moment. I can't be bothered. Apparently got too idle to use the wet palette. I'm just using the tile of doom at the moment. The kitchen tile right here. With the bit of kitchen towel next to it. Let's get these out of the way. So that, oh God, let's not spill those. When did you last spill a paint? Obviously, you're all incredibly talented painters, and you would rarely, if ever, spill a paint. But when did you? When was the last time? There we go. $17.83. Yeah, sounds about right for you. Sounds about right. I'm genuinely trying to remember the last time I spilt one. And now I've said that, I'm going to spill something live and on air. Probably. I know I spilt Vortex Blue ink when I was, I think, at my grandparents' house. I was painting some miniatures. I took my little fishing tackle box of paints with the Vortex Blue in it, and the lid was slightly looser than anticipated. And there was a bit of a disaster. Oh, God, sorry, folks. I do apologize. Vortex Blue, as you'll know, is an old Citadel ink. I didn't know the difference between inks and shades back then, so I just slapped the ink on undiluted. Chestnut ink on flesh was wild. Although, talking of paint, went into the GW the other day to get a new Agrax Earthshade. And the pot had shrunk. That it really has. It's gone from a girthy. What's this? What is this? 24 mil. Down to this. Oh God, I can't even read the numbers. Bloody hell. Where's the... there we go. 18. Chestnut. It is the best. So we got rust brown. Still going strong. We got war green. All right, what else do we have? We have Skaven Brown. This one got some heavy use. There's not much left of that bad boy. Firestorm Yellow. Before they came with the labels, did you have the old nipples? Well, if you've been around since before 1783, you probably do have old nipples, but I didn't realize the first iteration of these had dropper bottle lids, like this sort of arrangement. Lava Orange. I might need some Shadow Black. I rarely use that one. There's the Vortex Blue. Look at that color. Beautiful. Are they all flat tops? They came in 9. So I purchased the Expert Paint Set. Or it was a birthday present. I can't quite remember. What color am I missing? Orange, yellow, purple, blue, sorry, green, hybrid purple, black, rust brown, Skaven brown. It must be a red ink, right? Plasma red. Yeah. With the picture of the demon on the front, I love those old boxes, yeah. The Expert, I remember, so that's the set I got, but obviously, like, I'm trying to remember when like 95? Maybe 96-ish? I love those the illustrations on those old box sets are so good. I wish I'd still had that. I wish I still had that box set, Lathius. Your old Humroll days. Now, before I got into Warhammer, Games Workshop stuff, I did paint Airfix miniatures. And I had a whole stack of Humroll, like those the miniature paint pots, which you have to lever the lid off and not get paint everywhere. So I did for a few, like I got into mini painting when I went to boarding school. It was like an afternoon hobby that we all had to pick. So I picked miniature, can't remember what they build it as, miniatures something or other. So I picked miniatures, and we got into, you know, Airfix, Spitfires, and planes mostly, I think. The little metal Humroll used to smell so bad, or so good. So good. They certainly had an odor to them. You used them on model aircraft back then? Yeah. Do you remember what your first model aircraft was? It's always around this time. No, it's dipping for me as well. It's dipping for me as well, on Twitch at least. I assume it's happening over on YouTube as well. It's Spitfire was one of my first ones. It was, so I did the Spitfire, the Hawker Hurricane, the Avro Lancaster, a Red Arrows plane, the Red Arrows jet basically, a couple of American planes, and an Messerschmitt. So I apologize, folks. I don't know what happens at round about 6 o'clock, 6:10. Stream dips. It's happened yesterday. It just happened now. It happened yesterday and on Monday. And it happened last week. Now, if this continues happening, I might have to potentially even start streaming earlier so that I avoid that. Network. I mean, it is round about the time as people said, like kids getting home and on the internet. But there aren't many sort of house around here, so who knows? What's up, Beamy? What's cracking, dude? You love World War II? I so did I, Latius, yeah. Someone is tapping into the internet. I don't have much internet to spread around. I wish I did. How you doing, Beamy? What's cracking, dude? I hope you're well. All that jazzy stuff. Well, no, it's dipped again. It's dipped again. It's really okay. It's back up to green again. I don't understand what the issue is. And it's really frustrating because, like, every time it happens, like, I don't obviously I don't blame people, but like, we lose viewers every time that sort of stuff. Anything like that happens, lose viewers. And it is frustrating because, like, I've not changed any settings on my OBS, so I don't really know what's, you know, going on. Apologies, though. Tired but good. Hell yes. Well, being good or being bad is good. Tired, not so good. I do feel cream crackered as well, and I look forward to not feeling cream crackered. You know, it'll be nice to be. I just feel constantly sort of vaguely tired, not exhausted, but just like I could do with a nap. Excuse me, I apologize. All right, I don't know if we're going to drop more frames when I change scene again. If you'll remember, this time last week, we managed to. It was a complete disaster. We had 670,000. Oh, that was last Tuesday, I think. Last Tuesday, we had 670,000 dropped frames on stream. I'm going to change the scene again. If we have dropped frames, then maybe would it be something on the stream, like on this scene? Changed? Is it going to stay stable, or are we going to go on red again? You absolute toe rag. We're just going to continue and just hope that I don't lose my mind, and I will just keep chatting. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to have to start Googling this. Thankfully, tomorrow we're not streaming. I won't have to make anyone suffer through this. Hopefully I can get this organized. Otherwise, we may even just have to change the entire stream time. It's not what I want to do at all, but... It's very irritating. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with this. This is terrible. Let me have a look at one more thing. Stream. Absolutely no idea what's going on. This is we are getting loads of packet loss. What on earth is going on? Well, we'll just have to make do for a little bit longer. If it continues, I'm just going to have to bonk this on the head because this is just frustrating as hell. We are just going to quickly use some Screamer Pink for the attempt to get that onto the tongue area. Getting a huge amount of packet loss, actually. I think we might be able to get a bit of pink horror on the tip of the tongue. Be wishful thinking, but we'll give it a go. Brown again on the teeth. Might try a different thing very quickly. Question is, do we do weird, bloody, dribbly spits? Where's all this packet loss coming from? Music stopped as well. So, well, in fact, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to bonk the YouTube stream on the head for the moment, see if that resolves anything. If the dual streaming is the issue, then we're going to have to bonk it on the head permanently until maybe we'll end up doing YouTube only streams. That might be the way forward in future, but we will give this a go and see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bonk YouTube on the head really quickly. I'll say thank you so much, YouTube. I'm really sorry. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe we'll get this problem solved, because I do like the dual streaming. It's just when a disaster happens like this, it's a nightmare. So I'm going to just... Twitch, don't go anywhere. I will deactivate it really quickly and change the server. So, just bear with me a moment. Thank you and goodbye.